He went a little psycho, okay, at the end there. I can't stand him. He was such a creep later on in the story. I need a sequel to Yu Yu Hakusho. Being a little biased there. Welcome back, everyone. Today we're doing something a little bit different from my usual videos, and we're doing a tier list based on anime series that I have watched. It's not necessarily every single anime that I have watched. This is technically the first tier video that is gonna be on this channel, so we're gonna start with Yu Yu Hakusho. There is no specific order. So the first character is Koenma. So Koenma is technically the baby of the characters. Like, it literally, he takes on the form of a baby, but then he does have an adult form. So basing off his powers, we are gonna put him in the B tier because technically he's mostly in the sidelines. He is technically King Enma's son, so he does belong in the B tier. Not just for a baby, but because he has power and status. Okay, Amanuma? Is that how you pronounce it? From this picture, I can't really tell if he's really that kid that battled Kurama. I'm gonna say that he is. And he was... Okay, his powers were interesting because it's like his opponents can keep challenging him until they win. And like, it's not uninteresting, but it's not crazy powerful, so I guess I'll go with C. Oh yes, Genkai! I know this is her, like, what is this form? I know this is when she was younger and that she took on this form later on and that she really is older now because she is human, but a very, very powerful one at that. And she's always willing to help out the yokai, so... Hello, this is present me editing this video and realizing how much of a dumbass I am. So I have decided to make this video into a little game where if you can figure out what I did wrong, you will write it down in the comments. In the comments, if you are correct, I will give a like, not a thumbs up, specifically a like. And I'll respond saying, I am that dumb. And that's it. I will be only giving 2 attempts in which you would see me pop up and I'll be asking you, have you figured it out yet? I mean, I don't know who's gonna be watching this video, so, well, for 1, I have no money. 2, if you win or you get it right, you'll just get bragging rights to calling me an idiot. So, that's it. Definitely great, but not iconic because she doesn't have that much power. If this was based off my favorite characters, Sensui would just be F. But we're basing it off powers, so he goes into great, but not iconic. He went a little psycho, okay, at the end there. Like, I can see that he has a tragic past. Even though it wasn't that tragic, he just couldn't take it. So that was his problem. But he was great, but not iconic. There were better villains out there, just not him. Well, this one is fast because I don't even remember his name at all, so I'm gonna put him in irrelevant because I don't remember him for sure. Like, I don't remember him for shit at all. My 2 brain cells says, nope, not this one. Yay! Okay, he's not legendary though. He'll get there, or should he be here? Oh god. Because okay, I'm gonna put him here for a moment. I'm gonna come back to him because he is great because technically he hasn't reached his full potential. I need a sequel to Yu Yu Hakusho just to see how much they have grown, because I know for sure that by the end of the series they have just reached the age of 18 and there's just so much potential in seeing how far they have come since the beginning of the series. So this is the first check to see if whether or not you actually got what I did really dumb at this point of the video. If you haven't, continue watching. I'm pretty sure you will figure it out. Toguro, the younger one, wasn't half bad, to be honest. Like, there were circumstances that led him to become the villain, but he was, to be honest, a great but not iconic character because he was the one that pulled Yusuke into the dark tournament, which led him to become the person that he is now that we've known. Since he did threaten our main lead to go into the fight, he deserves an A, not an S. Yukina! She acted really cute because, well, she is like the younger sister. She wanted to find her brother, so like, there's nothing wrong in that. She does know how to protect herself when it comes down to it, but she is not that powerful, and we don't get to see her a lot, except for seeing Kuwabara just fawn over her. Like, who wouldn't? But like, we don't see her a lot, or her powers either. Botan. She was fun. Like, she led Yusuke down the right path in the very beginning and helped him through a lot of stuff. Like, even though it was small, it helped him through it. So, C, B, C. Keep it C there for now. I don't remember his name either. Like, I don't remember him being in the Dark Chapter arc, the way earlier one before all the fighting starts, to make sure that Yusuke was ready for the upcoming challenge against Sensui, but since he's irrelevant, let's put him in F. Sorry, dude. I remember him being very chill, to be honest. Like, he was just a very chill dude. Okay, I definitely remember him because he was next to him. Fudge. Okay, they both weren't like great. They were a little problematic together, but let's not dive into that. I might make that into a whole different video. Well, this is the last attempt. If you got it, you got it. If you didn't, well, you can still call me an idiot in the comments. It will help drive the video up. So, thank you. Bye. And look forward to the rest of the video. Okay. We're just gonna stick him with B. Because barely any screen time, and also, like, his powers were interesting, but we didn't get to see much of it. So, it was like a B. It was a Okay, the doctor. He was just uninteresting. Like, okay, do I put him as irrelevant because he had bugs and I don't like bugs, so I'm just gonna put him here, being a little biased there. Okay, these two, they're also irrelevant. During the maze castle thing, they were just finished so quickly. Like, god damn it, I don't even remember. One of them was this one was a dragon of the same beast. This was the tiger of the same beast. Like, who gives a F? George was funny, but he wasn't powerful. So yeah, like, I've never seen him fight, but he's an Oni, so I'm guessing he is like pretty strong. I don't remember much about the Onis in the Yu Yu Hakusho anime. Like, they never talked about their stats or how powerful this race can be. I need a better picture. Is he the dude that versed Kurama during the Dark Arc? With the war paint? I can't remember. Basically, irrelevant. He was Genbu. I'm pretty sure he was. I weirdly remember him, but it was probably because he versed Kurama and it turned out very funny. He was uninteresting. Irrelevant? Uninteresting. Uninteresting. Let's put it at that. I remember his name being long as hell, but I'm pretty sure it is she. It was something. It's too long for me to remember. So it wasn't that it was uninteresting or irrelevant, it's just not my language. So, seeing that he was beat by Genkai, I'm gonna put him in C. Like, he came back. He's still alive after fighting with Genkai, so He deserves a C. Oh my god. Yoko Kurama. Like, fudge. Okay, he has the name of legendary, but I don't know. Like, because back then, stats were different, and so like, they're more powerful people now, so I'm sorry, but he's an A. Yeah. Oh, Jin. He was a chill guy. I don't know why I'm saying this like I met him in a 2D world or something like this, but he was chill. Not just because he was a Win user. Definitely a B tier. I just feel like B suits him a lot. You know, for a dude named Karasu, which means like crow in Japanese, he looks nothing like a crow except for his like black hair. Like that's it. Like otherwise, his outfit looks just like a standard outfit. But his abilities were... I don't want to put him in grade next to Kurama. No. I can't. Okay, he was beat by Kurama, so he has to be here. He has to be a B. He has to. I can't stand him. He was such a creep later on in the story. Well, not later on. It was like during the same arc, so never mind. Keiko. She has to be an irrelevant because she wasn't a fighter. I'm sorry, Keiko. I'm sorry. So I just remember her as the announcer. So she was just straight up irrelevant. She had funny commentaries, but I didn't know her enough to say anything, so irrelevant it is. Okay, I bet you all just saw me hovering above Kurama's picture, just ready to put him in a freaking tier. But Kurama, though, I think he's a solid B. Like, in this picture, he needed some work, okay? As good looking as he was, his powers, or his lack of, almost got him killed during the tournament. I think B fits him pretty much. And also, he lost against Karasu, technically, because based on the countdown and whatnot. So, it was almost a tie if it wasn't for the countdown. So here he is. Again, I don't remember him. I think he was the one that versed Hiei, or I could be wrong. I'm just gonna put him in uninteresting. That's all you can go for. Okay, he was in the Dark Chapter arc, but he didn't do much. So he's in uninteresting too. Like, the poor kid saw the videotape of the darkest times of humanity and went out of control. Like, who wouldn't? But he's still uninteresting because I didn't even see much of his powers. I think he was one of the teams. Either he was masked or something along those lines, so seeing that he didn't make it to the end, I'm just gonna put him in uninteresting. Okay, older Toguro. I really want to say F him and just like put him off of this damn list, but he freaking made it to a C because Kurama killed him later on. He's a freaking C. F him. F him. Yusuke! Oh, you know where this is going. He's a great but not iconic because, well, he's still training to become stronger by the end of the anime, so he belongs in the A. One day he will be legendary. Just not at the time when I finished the anime series, so no. Mukuro, I think she's pretty legendary, to be honest. Not just because she was a woman. Actually, she is still a woman. She's still alive, right? Yes, she is technically still alive. I'm answering my own question. Oh god. I put her here because she is one of the 4 kings. She deserves this spot. Shigure, B. Just very easily a B because he took his own life. He jumped off. Like, Kurama didn't really win. He didn't really win. If it was to the end and Shigure actually stood his ground, I think he may have actually win by like a margin. Ryzen is also just straight up legendary. He was also a king. I know him as the kid from the Dark Tournament arc. I think his name was Rinku. I think it was because I was like, why is he named after a rink? I know in Japanese, Rinku is not necessarily rink, like the ice rink. But I'm just thinking of the rink whenever I hear this. He was uninteresting. Because all I remember about his ability was yo-yos and hitting hard. Okay, this dude, I remember him not making it very well, so here we go. Uninteresting or irrelevant? Uninteresting. You know why he was uninteresting? He used the very basic tactic of threatening someone and their loved ones to win. Saw that coming from so far away. So, uninteresting it is. This dude, I remember him being there earlier in the series when Kuwabara and Yusuke was training, so he's just irrelevant. He wasn't even in the main story. He was, but he wasn't in the action-packed part of the story, so irrelevant it is. Kuwabara though. See, I'm sorry, dude. He fought well, but in the end, he chose to follow a path of human, and there's nothing wrong with that. But he just wasn't strong enough to compete in the big leagues. Shizuru can probably hold her own, but in terms of like strength in Yu Yu Hakusho universe, she will not make it. Here she is. Ah, the little shithead. Shura, Yomi's homemade son. I can't believe I just said that. Scientifically made. He has potential, but let's put him B. Because he's still a child. Let's just see how far he goes. I'm just gonna leave her here. Suzaku... to be honest, he was uninteresting. I don't remember why he wanted to take over the world. Well, the human world. Yeah, I really can't remember. I can't remember much about the Maze Castle arc, to be honest, as to why these villains were even there. Toya... He is also just straight up a C. He got defeated by, well, Kurama. During the King's arc, he is training under Kurama, so there's a chance for it, maybe. There was another Oni in Yu Yu Hakusho. I just don't remember him. Fudge. Irrelevant. Oh, Chu though? Chu has to be a C because he was defeated by the mains. Well, not all of them, but like, I can't remember who he versed. Was it Yusuke? But basically he lost. But he was still alive by the end of it, so C. And he's not that much of a bad guy, so yeah. I can't remember him either. I just can't. Like, I'm pretty sure he is in some kind of arc. You know what? Fudge that. If he's not that important for me to even remember which arc he is in, he's just in F. Yomi! He's legendary. Because, okay, I'm very simple. If he's a king, he's in legendary, as you can see. Although all of them lost the tournament and had to forfeit their chance as the actual king of the underworld, they're still pretty legendary, and since Enki is not on the list, they go here. Kaito, because he versed Kurama and his power was taboo of words, I'm just gonna put him in uninteresting. Okay, I don't remember him much. I know he was part of Chu's team. But he's just uninteresting, even above them. Like, so that's why he's below them. So Sakyo is the last one. I mean, he's the reason why the Dark Arc tournament came to be. But he's a human. Is that deserving of legendary? That he placed all the main characters into the path that they're supposed to? But then again, it was their choice. He was a moral dilemma because in the end, he kind of admitted to his wrongdoings and he knew that it was wrong of him to do these things, but his character was such a damn roller coaster ride. Like, was he a good guy? Was he a bad guy? He wasn't uninteresting though. I mean, he did have some sort of power. He had money. I'm just gonna put him in uninteresting. Well, here it is. The completed tier list. That was the Yu Yu Hakusho character tier list. This is based off my very, very poor memory of each character. They weren't too poor, but I just can't remember their names for the life of it. Tell me whether you agree with the tier and let me know in the comments. I will see you all in my next video. Thank you for watching and have a good one. Bye!